Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm back on my laptop, thank God for that. My laptop broke, nightmare, whole hard drive went kaput, but let's get into it now. The news, let's talk about it, why some good things are happening in the world of cryptocurrency, both from Facebook, China, and also what is happening in the next 12 months with the Bitcoin halving, why it is so important, why you should take notice, and are we in a parabolic cycle? We need to find that out. So, without further ado, let's get into it. First, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button, select all notifications so you see me. Hit that thumbs up button, let's get as many likes as we can, and let's get cracking. Right then, so where are we with the world of Bitcoin, cryptocurrency and all that kind of good funky stuff? Now, as mentioned at the start, I'm back in my usual habitat. I look a bit better, I look a bit healthier, because I'm not on a 10-year-old laptop anymore, and honestly, that laptop was 10 years old. 1 second, I'll get it out for you. Now, back in time, we're going to go for it. Look at that bad boy. Absolutely madness. I don't have a date on that, but it is the late edition of 2009. Plastic. It's awful. But I'm a massive Apple fan, and I went Windows, right? For some reason, I went Windows for this computer, this big machine. Spent over £1,000 for it. It's really, really good, but it broke within, what, less than 12 months I had it, so nightmare. But I got it back very, very quickly, so well done HP on that one. I love it. Now, experts are predicting that this is the start of the parabolic cycle. Now, whether you believe in TA or not, I'm on the fence still. I teach TA, I teach elements, but in terms of its relevance in cryptocurrency, sometimes it doesn't even matter. It's like, okay, you're not going to do what I expected you to do. You know, that's just the whole element of the cryptocurrency world being so undervalued in terms of market capitalization, the amount of influence that people can have, and all that kind of good stuff, manipulation markets, BitMEX, etc. Now, are we about to start the parabolic cycle? I don't know. You tell me. I think we're getting somewhere now, guys. I think this is the start of something. I think there will be a retracement. It's got to come down. This is quite a big growth. When you look at where it started and where we are now, it's pretty large. So what goes up tends to come down. The markets, remember, I said this yesterday, they do this every single day. What goes up goes down. What goes down goes back up again. You know, it is simple TA. It is simple market movements. It's obvious, really. So, there. Honest opinion, I think we are about to start a new cycle. It doesn't mean parabolic stage. We're not going to go to 20k just yet. We're not going to go to 50k, $1 million, whatever. We are going to just start going up. More chances of going up than down, basically. Simple as that. So let's look at Scam Watch. Woohoo! This has been cancelled, by the way. So if you follow the Martini guy, he kind of debunked all this completely. He found out who the person was. Look at Bitcoin Talk. There's a lot of traces. I went through that as well. You can obviously find it. Just press the search button. It's awesome. You can find out all these kind of information. And it was some German gadget that was literally just making a website out of it, and that was it. And it's completely tosh. So that is not happening. If you were getting a bit panicky and thinking, oh my God, the scams are coming back. Well, the scams are already here, guys. There's loads of them out there. You just got to find them. That doesn't mean go into them. Bloody hell. But what I'm trying to say is, just be mindful. Telegram is the worst place for it. You've also got private direct messages on Facebook, Twitter. Oh, join this mining company. This will make $4,000 in 24 hours. Will it hell is like? So just be mindful of that, honestly. Trust me. Do not get in any mining unless you actually physically own it, as in physically in your house, or ultimately you know it because it's on the blockchain. But any sort of ROI per day, etc., like BitConnect, don't get involved in it, trust me. Anyways, halving. What is halving, Ash? I don't know. Halving is the simple sort of thing where it's a de-inflationary sort of method in a way where it's creating scalability. No. scarcity over a period of time. So basically every 4 years, Bitcoin, Litecoin and other coins like it in that makeup will have in its rewards for the miners. So the miners are these, I just mentioned it, machines that essentially run by people who essentially get rewarded for doing the validation and the verification of the block process with the block sizes and all that good stuff, what Bitcoin is made up on, so is Litecoin. So Bitcoin, for example, every 10 minutes, a block fills, it then goes, boom, it goes out to the network, it verifies and validates all that good stuff. For them doing that, the processor power and all that good stuff, they will be rewarded an X amount of Bitcoin. At the minute, it is 12.5. It will get reduced to 6.25 very, very soon in a year. Now, Litecoin, again, same kettle of fish. It's mined a little bit different, so on a different algorithm, but ultimately they have a mining reward system as well. 25 at the minute, it's going to go to 12.5, so it'll catch up with Bitcoin. So Litecoin, for me, I still think is very undervalued. When you look at the supply, it's quite high compared to Bitcoin. Obviously, it's 4 times more. But, you know, we're at $94, $95 at the moment. This could well pop up and create a new bottom around this region in the next year or so. Certainly when Bitcoin halves and there's a bit of like hype, Litecoin will be a runner with it, I think, personally, because it's got a lot more scarcity, a lot less reward, and the value of the coin has to be higher, physically higher, because of the miners. They're getting less reward. So there you go. So that is a big thing. It's going to be the next 12 months, so May, end of May, coming up very, very soon. That'll soon fly in. But August this year, look out for Litecoin. Top tip. Van Eck. Bloody heck. You know what? It's delayed again. Ooh. Kind of obvious, really. The chances of us getting an ETF is getting more and more likely, but it's still very, very far away. I still think we're still miles away. People are really touting this to go to the moon, and they're like thinking, oh, it's going to be amazing, ETF's going to blow it out of the water. I think it's not going to do anything. If I'm going to put it out on record, I think it's going to create more manipulation, because the market is still only in the 200 billion regions of the market capitalization. Pretty low, grand scheme of things, right? So if you think an ETF can draw in a lot of volume of orders in a flashy, you're going to create a bit of a price bump and a bit of manipulation. You're going to burn a lot of fingers. Now, are we ready for it? No. If, however, these came out when we're near $1 trillion market, having a bit more stable, and like Bitcoin more stable, the likes of Ethereum's at a much higher price, and it's more of a valid investment, I reckon it'd be better for the market, personally. I think we've got enough manipulation anyways. High leverage trading, you've got BitMEX trading against you, you've got all this kind of good stuff. It's always going to create volatility anyways, but add this to the mix, it's going to create even more volatility, I think, personally. When you put massive stacks of volume into it, in and out, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. So, this has been delayed again, another 90 days, you've got to wait for it, pain in the bottom. But, you know, ultimately, eventually it will be needed. These will be needed eventually, but I think it's still a very early phase in the market. I still think we've got to wait. You've got to mention we've also got the likes of the Nasdaq trading desk opening soon. We've got the Fidelity, we've got Backed, and potentially ETF. So the future's bright, guys. I mean, we're very, very early still. I mean, if you've been around since as long as I have, you would know, oh, this is pretty cool. But you've always got to be mindful of manipulation and growth. Look at the futures, the speculation of futures. What happened? 8k Bitcoin up to 20k in 20 odd days. Woof! It went to the moon very quickly. It could well happen again if one of these goes and approves, and people will get burnt. My dog is barking and I don't know why. She's odd. Anyways, probably because I just went onto this slide. Craig Wright, what a tosser. US Copyright Office authorised white paper and is Satoshi. No, this is an absolute false article, by the way, because they do not recognise him as Satoshi. It's like, anyone can file a copyright complaint. You know something, I might do it myself, just for the laughs, because I could. If you file any sort of copyright, they would like, okay, cool, consider it. Put it on the next pile. That's kind of what happened. They pumped it. They're like, oh, Craig Wright is Satoshi. No, he's not. No. Honestly, if he's Satoshi, I'd leave cryptocurrency. That's genuinely an honest opinion. I would be like, nah, I'm out of here. I'll go and do something else. I really would, because if he is Satoshi, why is he such a dick? Why does he, like, unlawfully try and sue people? Why is he such an arsehole? That is not the point. When you look at the previous, if you do research on Satoshi anyways, you always find it goes back to the same sort of people, realistically. You got Nick Szabo, Hal Finney, there's a few other little cyberpunks in there that they're not really that known, but if you look around and you see that group of people that used to hang around and used to talk on Bitcoin Talk, and even before that, in previous emails before cryptocurrency was made, they're nothing like this guy. Nothing like an absolute cheese piece that he is. He's honestly an absolute cheese sandwich. It's stupid. He's as much use as like tits on a fish. He really is. It's pointless. Now, when you look at that and you think, well, how is that Satoshi? It's kind of obvious when you think, well, what is he after? We've already found out his forged documents. We already know that he's bought old fake Bitcoin wallets and Bitcoin. So it's in the post. It's obvious. It's all there. And now you got this. Go away. Just go away. No one cares. No one gives a shit. Simple as that. But anyways, he'll probably get fined. Nice little $2,500. But he's pumped his coin, so he's probably made a lot of money anyways. Right, living on Bitcoin. We're getting there, guys. Right. I said this a couple of weeks ago. Very, very soon we'll be allowed to be paying bills, your house bills, your phone bills, etc. in Bitcoin. I didn't think it would happen in a couple of weeks. I'll put it out there as a point. I go, very, very soon, guys, you're going to notice that things will start happening and you'll be like, cryptocurrency, I can pay with that. Okay, cool. And people would, like, if you're trading or if you're an investor and you've got money to burn, I'm not saying money to burn, but you know what I mean. Obviously pay your taxes and stuff, but you can actually pay your cryptocurrency through AT&T. Awesome. I like this idea. I think it's brilliant. Now, I just want to pay my house off of it. That's what my point is. But ultimately, if you're paying your phone bill and any other expenses that you can, why not do it? But again, in my eyes, I kind of just use Coinbase and go into PayPal into my bank and do it the traditional way. It's a bit boring, but it's the easiest way for me to do it. Ultimately, though, things will change. I think next year or so is key for adoption of payments. Payments get quite big. I've always said it, always hold a payment coin just in case something goes bang. Because if one goes, they all will. That's why I hold XRP, because payments between banks and the fast transactions, it's a use. You've also got the likes of Pundi X, which is a POS system that could be used around the world, and it's a hardware device that shops can use, merchants. You know, it's a stab in the dark, but if one payment processor goes to the moon, literally gets a big partnership and gets a lot of people using it, it's big. Now, depending on what's going to happen with this next slide, could be the next path to adoption. Now, let's get into it. Facebook, to roll out GlobalCoin. What on earth is this? Now, I'm a bit skeptical of all this. Project Libra, it's going to be called GlobalCoin 2020. This is according to the BBC. Pretty big resource, pretty influential resource, whether you like them or not. But ultimately, this is quite a big thing. Huge, in fact. Like, Facebook, how many users have you got? Nearly everyone in the world. Nearly, apart from me nana. But ultimately, there's a lot of people in there. They're going to be cloaked to the Facebook way. The Facebook way is the obvious way that if whatever Facebook does, everyone does with it. It's obvious. Stories. What came after that? Snapchat. Insta. Well, obviously they all own them anyways. Then you got obviously likes of WhatsApp. Huge. WhatsApp is massive. You got Facebook. Instagram. Hello, cryptocurrency. What's that? Okay. I'm going to use cryptocurrency. The amount of people that want to get involved in random cryptocurrencies is going to be unbelievable. So, that being said, it's going to change the way the world works. Now, this news comes amid reports that Facebook have been in talks with payment firms. I've mentioned that word again, payment, buzzword. Western Union, Visa, and MasterCard to back and fund its fiat-based currency. Now, it may not be the sort of currency that you can buy in the exchange, but it is these little things here, these little eyeballs that are going to be onto the word cryptocurrency. Oh, cool. How do I use this? Oh, what? Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP. I can buy these too. I'm going to invest. That's what will happen. And we all know what's going to happen. People are going to go right to the top and go Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Litecoin, EOS, etc., etc., etc. And then they'll start getting gently exposed to it, and then it'll be like the drug. The drug of cryptocurrency that I'm living on, and currently not going to cold turkey just yet because I'm not left it for years. But you know what I mean. It's going to happen, guys. It's going to happen. People are going to get exposed to it, and then all of a sudden, the bubble gets bigger and it'll pop again. And what will happen after that? We go up, we go back down. I'm just giving you a big, massive hint, guys. Oh God, sorry. Let me just remove that. If, right, let's do a little history lesson. If, right, this happens, and you are like, I like Bitcoin, I want to buy it, don't buy here. Because what happens? History lesson for you. Charts repeat themselves. If you think it's too high, leave it the hell alone. If you think we're going to go higher, risk what you can't afford. No, sorry. That's what everyone does. Do not put what you cannot afford in. Jesus. But honestly, people go, credit card, house equity. They do it. Honestly, I've met people. Anyways, enough of that. China, hodling, Bitcoin, and P2P over-the-counter trading is legal. What? So this is kind of the pull, right? This is the one. Good news for the Chinese cryptocurrency community. It's real. So basically, this has always been the FUD. Every year we get, China's banned cryptocurrency when you see car shops with Lamborghinis in it accepting cryptocurrency. It doesn't make sense. We all know what China's like. They're a bit overcautious with everything, but ultimately they want to protect their people. I would want to protect my own people too, because there's a lot of people that are pretty stupid in the world of investing. But ultimately, there's been a lot of talk about them banning cryptocurrency, but it's kind of always been found out it's a lot of rubbish. But obviously mud sticks and all that kind of good stuff. So currently, as it stands, we're legal. Okay? All kinds of random little acts and all kind of cool stuff. Bitcoin transactions in China are in violation. That was the old one. Okay, so it's all changed now. Again, so I don't know how much this stacks up, but ultimately the obvious point is here that China are kind of. By the way, China hold a lot of the miners. Just saying, about 75% of them, quite a lot. But all in separate locations is not going to be a 51% attack. But you know, they're a big source of the pan on playing. It's obvious, really. So China are going to be one of the big guys in this cryptocurrency movement, I think. A lot of their coins are pretty powerful anyways, like the V-Chain's huge. But, you know, not so much China, but, you know, Asia itself. I'm generalising here. But Asia will be a massive key player. You got likes of Japan, Hong Kong, Singapore, Indonesia. You got, obviously, China, Korea. They're all big hitters in cryptocurrency. They all embrace it a lot more than the Westerners do. We do, anyways. Even the Americans. Now, we all know how much of a pain the SEC is, but if China are the ones that go, yeah, this is awesome, everyone will go, well, if China like it, why don't we? Because China always are pioneers in some sort of weird and wonderful technology that always goes to the moon. You know, once China get involved in it, that's it. It tends to blow up. So, there we go. End of news day. There's been a lot today. I know I've talked about some good and bad, but ultimately do your own research in what is happening. This market is still very, very small. Just be mindful of that. Do not get too carried away when the FOMO sticks are happening. The big, massive green candles are shooting through your house. But we know what's going to happen. This is a very baby market. It's got a lot of room to grow. A lot of room to grow. 5-10 years time, where will we be? Who knows? We just don't know yet. We've got to take each day as it comes. But ultimately, it's a journey. Every day is a journey. Let's enjoy it and make sure you are a safe investor. So, there you go. Hit the old subscribe button. Hit the next video, the previous video, whatever. I don't even know what I'm doing. But, yeah, I'll see you again tomorrow. We'll do something random tomorrow. We'll see what. I'll have a little look. I'll have a little think what we can do. But it'll be something fun nonetheless.